Welcome everyone to the MICROSECTOR and the Auto One Community Series. I am Sean Ghostmother. What a fantastic Thursday evening it is. Hope all our viewers are fantastically well on this gorgeous evening here in the box. The box is COVID free, of course. So hope everyone is well and hope you're all doing well. Big welcome to all our guys that are viewing today. So we've got D-Flow, we've got Tankmaster, Morgan Davey, Chris, we've got SLM Motorsport as well. Joining me is one of our special guests. We are waiting, I think, for two. They're running late, so we'll rip into them later. So joining me, though, is the one and only Scooter McGovern. Hello, sir.
G'day.
Are you well? You excited for the MICROSECTOR or ready for the hard questions?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to expect, but it should be good nonetheless.
So it is a special Anzac edition of the MICROSECTOR. So we're just going to go through, well, really 3 rounds due to not being on last week. And what have been really 3 action-packed rounds of racing. Or rounds, I should say, nights, actually, of racing.
Sean, I am here, mate. I've just been intently.
Hello, Claude.
How are you, mate?
Very well, thank you. You are quite quiet. Are you on the...
Yes.
You on
A
the...
bit too quiet, am I?
Yeah, a little too quiet.
Give me 2 seconds, we'll try to fix it up for you. You go on, I'll fix it. Go on, Sean, and I'll fix it.
1 second. Yep, I'm just trying to do something here. Okay, so the screen is skipping again, so I thought I'd fix it. Obviously, I didn't. Leave that with me. Also joining us in the box, I believe he's just arrived on flight from Air New Zealand, is the one and only. He is the original champ. It is Wardo. Hello, Wardo.
Evening, mate. How are we?
I'm very well. How are you? Are you well?
I'm good.
That's...
Hello, Wardo. How are you,
How
mate?
are you? Good.
I'm well.
So we
That's good.
have extended the broadband cables and the phone lines across the ditch to our fantastic New Zealand brothers in arms and friends and neighbours, except on the cricket pitch. Then we hate their guts.
Oh,
Early start.
I was just waiting for. I knew it would just start talking.
Well, I was just waiting for Wardo to tell us
About
all
cricket.
about New Zealand internet.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, I'm surprised that we're able to connect to you.
Yeah. Well, New Zealand internet, yeah, true. That's one thing they do have over Australia. One of the very, very few things. But anyway, we will move on very quickly. So coming up tonight, so we're going to have, as I said, debrief on the last 3 races. We're also going to have a bit of a chat to our 2 guests as well. We're probably going to go through a couple of things. And we do have a very special top 5 this evening. It was our top 5 sporting moments. Now, I'm telling you right now, this was incredibly difficult to do. And quite emotional, actually. So, did get a little did cut some onions there, watching sort of some past clips and things like that. So you can see on the screen there are our points tables at the moment. So it is DB007 leading the way from VLX GTR, and coming in third is Hijacker. So we'll probably kick off, I reckon. Might speak to Wardo actually in regards to why he wasn't around last round. Have you had a good holiday there, Wardo?
I'm feeling like I'm doing quite well, actually. I've haven't been on the PlayStation for about 3 weeks.
So what do you
So I
expect?
think-
Break.
It's been a good break. I have to say thanks to Mo for the break, but it's all good. Shout out, Mo.
Wow. They are in the same team as well. Talk about under the
No, well, it
bus.
is what it is, but it's been all good. But good to get back out there, have a good race next week or this week.
How are you feeling for this week? Preparation going well?
Well, actually, I've been quite busy, so I've only sort of been on once, but I'm relying on Mo quite heavily. He's been doing a bit.
Well, of course, you are in New Zealand, so shout out to New Zealand because they actually can go outside.
But look, it's been so cold here, mate. It's been, I just went to super and it was hailing the whole time. On the weekend is -5.
Good.
And in my little dungeon, I don't have much heating down here, so it's quite a challenge to come down into the room and get some practice in, I'd say. But it's all good. We'll be right. Sunday.
And
admin might have to put in for a little portable heater for Wardo, by the sounds of it.
we'll start a GoFundMe page. Wardo's heater.
Can't afford the little heater. We'll get you warm, mate, don't worry.
Oh, we're tough over here.
Oh, I'm not even touching that.
You probably
Not
got
yet.
a foot spa in your lounge.
A massaging chair. Let's not go too.
Sounds good.
How would you describe your season there, Scooter? Pretty happy with it so far?
Oh, to be honest, not particularly. I mean, first round was a disaster. I mean, I was P nowhere, and then it all just went wrong. And then obviously, at least round two at Bathurst. I mean, Group Beast, but podium. At least it was a decent comeback, I suppose. But just gotta keep working and keep trying to find a bit more pace, just be a bit more competitive. I'm not quite where I want to be at the moment, but I'll get there.
Yep.
Well, you've come through the ranks, Scooter, haven't you? You not long ago in Community.
Yeah.
And then the One Mate Championship. I think you dominated. Is that right?
I don't know about dominated, but I did relatively well. I mean,
and
oh.
now you find yourself competing in that upper echelon, and it becomes challenging. Nobody knows that more than the guy here with us today, Wardo, who was our inaugural champion, and has seen just the transformation and the speed of the field just come roaring through. But what it allows is for all of us to find competitive racing at our own levels. Whether that's, do you think B is the one for you, or is it up in A, the ultimate goal?
Yeah, but I'd like to get.
That was for Scooter, Wardo.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry.
I started in A, so I'd like to get back there, but I know that obviously after the first round, it's going to take a bit of effort to do so. But I hope I'll be there not too long. But obviously, just got to keep getting solid results and hope it all goes well.
Well, that's right. I mean, I think what we've found as well, especially in Group A, I don't know about you guys, but especially the last race, that was some of the, trying to find the right word here, interesting driving that I've seen in Group A, and which we don't expect. We did have another big one, so it has been a few seasons since we've had a big one, and this one Wardo wasn't involved in. Which was quite surprising. So the fallout from that was there have been a few penalties handed out. So VLX, I believe, copped a penalty, if I'm not mistaken. Claude, I'm sure, will be able to correct me if I'm wrong. And I believe
you're correct.
Yeah, and I believe Diswood got one as well.
What you're starting to see at that right up the top end, up the front of A, and even B, is the price you pay for battling the car in front too much. DB got away with that race just because the cars behind seemed so interested in, rather than working together to get close to him, just compete against each other to a level that was, obviously beyond what's acceptable, but to their own detriment.
So, Claude?
Yes.
Do you think it's reasonably possible at any stage for any of the two guys in A, or any two guys, to work together?
No.
Exactly.
I mean, teammates should, but then you look at, the boys down at Ragged Hedge. And although they were better this race, I thought they worked well this time, but, obviously race before was the opposite. But I think it's the smarter way to race. Figure out if the guy in front is quick enough to follow and bring you back into a race. Why not?
It's just that white line fever I'm getting at, Once you're in there,
absolutely.
you just can't help yourself.
Well, I hate using personal experience as an example, but way down in the bottom of BMW, we had a top four that just barely changed position, but kept themselves in with a chance, top five, with a chance of winning by not risking it all early or mid-race, and still close battling, but never overstepping the mark. And as a result, it remained a close race to the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, wow.
Unfortunately, I finished at the back of that pack and finished 5th anyway, but it didn't work.
And I think even flipping over to the BMW side of things, I mean, D-Flow is just dominating at the moment. He was a class above the good doctor. I won that one. Of course, big welcome to the 2-time Bathurst champ, the good doc. That's what he'll be known as now. So D-Flow is dominating with Cruising there in second. Mr. Brent, okay, Gargamel in third. Janwell, who for mine, Janwell's probably been the most improved. In fourth, and the bad doctor there in fifth. I think what we've found with BMW very clearly in Group A is there are 2 red hot favourites, and the rest are playing catch up. D-Flow and Cruising are definitely a class above at the moment, but the Brent, Jacob, Marcus, they're all thereabouts. Down sort of Group B wise, so we've got interesting race on Sunday. We've actually got a couple of guys on the bubble. So Old White Hips and Womble, and I believe Claude is on the bubble as well. That's exciting, Claude.
There you go. Used to me.
Hey, Sean, sorry to interrupt. Have you got some other person join the chat?
Yeah, I just seen that. I just muted them though. So they won't be able to talk on stream. Random people just joining my chat. I am popular.
I just realised why my mic was going as well. Okay. You did have some questions as to community theories. We have better platforms than this one made you to ask those sort of questions. This one's we like to keep it presentation. But anyway, we move on. What are we up to? We're discussing the beat race, I suppose, because we're covering two rounds essentially.
Yeah, we are. So it's sort of also, covering that off as well. I mean, the teams championship, I think, is very interesting in both categories. Buffer can't hear whoever's talking. Well, you can hear me, and I'm sure you can hear Scooter. And
Yep, I'm still here.
Yep, there we go. And we can hear Wardo. Yep, I'm sure. Claude's been obviously playing with his new fancy PC, and he's unplugged some things. And
Bang on the money.
I'll
fix this up.
So the teams championship, we'll start with GT there. Really interesting. Oh, Wardo's left. Oh, bye, Wardo. Really interesting with the teams championship there as well. Switchblade leading the way. Now, that I believe is current, but that will change, of course, with Group B coming up on Sunday. So that'll definitely change. Red Mist in second, Force Performance in third in those pink GTRs, which seem to just dominate everything at the moment. Counterpunch in fourth, and fifth is Ragged Edge Racing. Really interesting, I feel, the teams championship. My pick's up there. So I did pick FPR for the teams championship at the start of the season with Mr. VLX GTR, and that young kid Mountain Goat. Boy, what a debut that was.
Hey, where's Blacklight, mate? Didn't hear their name, did I?
Oh, last.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. Move on, cuz.
I just thought I'd tell you that. Well, you asked, so there you go. Of course, Blacklight have had a drive and miss around, Credit to good doctor Filthy and Mo for not missing around, but Wardo did, so that's why they are in 14th.
Well, I've been quite badly punished internally for my behaviour.
Moving on to the BMW side of things, Dynamite Racing leading the way, Lucky's Lawn Care in second, Blacklight in third, fourth is Cornerstone, and fifth is Team Nitro. Really interesting championship, this one. Dynamite, of course, with Cruisin' and who's their other driver? They'll actually have a new driver. So, Claude's left the party. So, we might speak about the elephant in the room before we move on. I reckon we knock this off pretty quickly. We have had a few movements in the past week. So we have bid farewell to... Now, I'm going to miss a couple here. I can feel it. Betty has left us due to personal reasons. Who else? There's a couple. I should know. D. The big one actually I want to give a shout out to is D. D, unfortunately, is going through a real rough patch at the moment. So my heart and my high fives go out to him. I was his teammate last season, and he was a fantastic teammate. Really great guy as well. Met him last year at Sandown. We had a couple of cheeky froth dogs, and it was a pretty good day. He's a ripper bloke, so all the best to him, D. He will be hanging around though, so if you do get a chance, just give him a shout out and give him a high five, and wish him all the best. So he's moved on as well. What else? There was a couple others I can't remember.
Oh, I know. Lockwood lost his wheel. I know that.
Lockwood did lose his wheel, but he's still driving. He's on the DS4, so he's moved into Shaneski territory. So that's funny, actually.
Yeah, he's not the only one.
He's not. How do you find the DS4? Do you like it? You're a fan?
It's I'm not especially saying I'm a fan, but I'm just used to it. It's the main difficulty is just your tires just go off so quickly. It's so frustrating. But hopefully, I should have a solution to that pretty soon.
Ooh.
Is that just because you're turning sharp all the time with the
I think
controller?
Because I suppose I theorise that because the game has to account for me pushing a stick around as equating to like moving a wheel. That the scrubbing, like it probably allocates more steering lock than I need, and it's hard to really do anything about that. So you kind of just hear tire skills at every corner, but you just have to accept it and watch as the little bars, the front wheels just drop so quickly. But
Yeah.
Wondering if everybody out there can hear me now.
Oh, there he is.
Just you were right. I did change some things around with the PC.
You go for a fish.
Anyway, if they can hear me, if anybody can hear me, can you please let us know? That'd be great.
So that's probably scary for the rest of the field, though, that if Scooter's that quick on a DS4, once he gets a wheel, watch out. Holy moly.
So planning to get a wheel? I've missed all that, sorry, but you're planning to get a wheel?
not so much planning, and so I'm looking at the box sitting on my floor right now.
Okay.
So he's got the wheel, it's just plugging it in.
I've got a few things to sort out, but hopefully it'll be up and running pretty soon.
That's pretty exciting, definitely. So I do apologise for the lack of stuff on screen, guys. I thought I got to the bottom of that video issue, but clearly I haven't. Oh boy, that's going to really do my head in for the next week or so. But anyway, we move on very quickly. So I want to actually, well, we've sort of got two sort of pretty experienced drivers and pretty quick guys. I want to bring something up and sort of, it's a controversial subject, but I'm going to bring it up anyway because that's what I do.
Bring it up.
Let's go.
The standard of driving lately. Thoughts?
Mixed bag.
Oh. It's
No one wants to touch it. Everyone's like,
Well, I've only raced half a race so far, and that was punctuated with the mother of all incidents that I've ever had in this game. So,
And you've been in some rippers too.
yeah, that was yeah. So, so I can't really comment apart from what I've been involved in. But yeah, there's been a few incidents, I guess.
I'm just a believer that this is the sort of game where you're constantly testing the limit and you're trying to, and we've spoken about this in admin before and I've expressed my thoughts on it in admin before, you're trying to find the line. You're trying to find the absolute limit that you can push to before you go too far. Most of the sort of experienced heads that have been racing with Sector 1 for a while know where that line is quite clearly. Others are still trying to find it. And I think, while there's penalties given and hopefully direction and instruction adhered and listened to and acted upon so that it doesn't keep repeating itself, I expected to see some of this to happen with a lot of the newer drivers coming through because they're trying to figure out where that limit is still, how hard to push. And invariably you get to a point where you just push too hard. And you're right, it's produced a mixed bag of driving. There's been some great moments, some unforgettable moments so far this season, but there's also been some unforgettable moments for the wrong reasons too. But nothing that can't be, turned around in the space of one race, So we move on to the next round and that could be an absolute ripper and all the negative side of it could be forgotten in the space of a week.
That's
my thoughts.
got a question from Scotty G, one of our viewers, and one of our racers. He'd like to know: do you think the increase in talent on the grid, people are trying a little harder?
Well, that's what I'm getting at, pushing to that line and beyond of one's ability too. I mean, the reality of it is you got to race. There's no point Wardo trying to keep up with me, for example. He's got to make a mistake.
That's so true.
He can't maintain my pace. Obviously we're talking in reverse here. There's no point in me trying to, drive at Wardo speed. I'm just not capable of it. And if I try to, that's where it goes wrong. So not only are you racing your field, you're racing yourself, and you've got to race within your own capabilities. And it takes a little bit of maturity to do that too. We all know what it feels like to, exceed one's expectation, which is good too, but there's too much on the line. There's other people's races here. People have been practicing for, 2 solid weeks before these races. And I think that effort needs to be respected, and you do your utmost to make sure that you don't negatively influence other people's races with rash driving.
Yeah, I mean,
decisions.
It happens in all motorsport, right? Like real life, there's still crashes. It's just the difference is online. There's no fear of death, basically. So I just think people just have no fear at all.
Well, that's what
I see.
Brought up with Pruski when he was here, who drives cars in real life, and trying to establish that point. You're not worried about the bill fixing your car afterwards and the pain of having to recover from 2 broken legs. So it's a lot easier to sort of send it and risk everything. But if it's about simulation or trying to sort of simulate what they're doing out on a racetrack on PC, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Totally.
Sean, you brought it up. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a combination of all above. I think also the thing we've got to remember as well is at the end of the day, there are a bunch of blokes sitting around trying to have fun. So I look at it like this, I'm pretty experienced in the old racing caper, and if I'm going to finish in 4th or 5th, but the 5th is the safest option and I can have a great conversation with the bloke in 4th after the race and we can say that was a great race, I'll do that. If I see a gap, yeah, of course I'm going to go for it. But I'm also weighing up, okay, is the gap worth it? What is the long-term
reward?
What is the long-term gain? I think a lot of times what I've seen, and, we're all guilty of it, we think too narrow-mindedly.
Yeah.
And we're not thinking, okay, we're 5 minutes into a race, into an hour-long race. Sorry, something just caught my mind there. Yeah, we're in a half an hour-long race. Let's think about it. Let's go, okay, I might not pass him here, actually. I might just, sit back because my time will come later in the race.
Well, that's one of the ideas behind establishing teams too, was to try to sort of give us all a sense of that responsibility to a greater good as well. A bad mistake in a race, 0 points, doesn't just affect your own championship, it's affecting the team championship too, and thinking in terms of team rather than individual, I think can often help tame what you're doing on track for some of us, maybe. Maybe not.
Look, but as yes, we are going to race. We race after the MICROSECTOR because it is a special Anzac edition, and these young Kiwis, it's a bit late for them later in the evening, so they have to go to bed.
9:30, nearly 10 o'clock there.
Yeah, so
it's well played.
Well played.
Scooter, you seem to have found that line as to how hard to push and not exceed it. Is it something you found hard to do, or?
Not particularly. I've always tried to be considerate towards everyone else on the track, but I suppose it's always difficult because of that line. Everyone's going to place it somewhere different from what they believe. Some people think a certain pass off. People think, oh no, I won't go for that, but others will think, oh no, I am going to go for that because I want to get past this person or whatever. It's just, it's always going to be difficult to ascertain as to what's acceptable and what isn't. But
also,
as long as sorry.
That's all right. You go.
As long as everyone has the mentality that they want to race clean and race fair, then it shouldn't really be a huge problem.
I think also when you sort of get right up into that upper echelon, the margins for error become so fine too. You know, when you're talking about the 5 top guys, the 5 quickest guys, they're pushing that edge consistently so hard that it takes a lot less for it to really go wrong too. And I think that was probably an example in that race this week as well. You know, the margins for error are so small. But anyway, we move on.
We do. I just thought it's an interesting topic.
Absolutely.
So, I think sort of moving on from that, I might throw the mic around and ask some questions, and might go to Scooter first. So, how long have you been sim racing for there, Mr. McGavin?
I've played this game since launch, but I'm not taking it to this sort of level only since about a year and a half ago, like joining leagues and stuff. I mean, because it used to just be like sport mode and daily races, and then you only tolerate so much of that before you just get mad at getting rammed off every day. So thought, no, I'll try to look something a bit more serious, a bit more enjoyable, with a group of people that can be trusted, and that's kind of how I just got involved. And it's been great, to be honest.
Yeah,
A lot more longevity in the game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. That's a perfect answer. 10 out of 10. Well done, sir. And
I'll wait till you get to meet Sean.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting. And sort of, what do you do? Sort of when you're not kicking people's ass and smashing cars and being just bloody fast.
Oh, to be honest, at the moment, not a great deal. I mean, I'm stuck on a weird period, and I've just finished study, but now I've got to find something to do with it. So, and now it's not really the greatest time to be looking for careers, but I haven't timed it brilliantly, but I'll get through it.
Yeah. You're studying, is that correct? Is that what you said?
I was, but I've just recently finished, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah? What were you studying?
I was studying commerce, accounting and finance, which
Oh.
sounds dull, and sometimes it is, but it's okay.
Well, we've got a lawyer and a finance guy. And welcome to the Sector 1 Financial Times.
Both coming from the little town of Invercargill, down the bottom of the South Island there.
Invercargill?
I'm not sure if you're
Invercargill?
aware. No, but that's where he's from. I found out a couple of minutes ago. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm
You
not
legend.
there now. I'm not there now, but that's rough.
You went up
Not
big
now.
time in my stock, mate.
You just officially became a legend.
Sweet as he.
Wardo is our admin lawyer, even though Kiwi law has nothing to do with Australian law. But I don't know. I imagine Wardo every morning like waking up in a house like the house the Hobbit lived in that part of the world, you know. And he might have a case to do once every 6 months because there's just no crime down there, you know. And somebody stole a pack of chips from the milk bar, and all of a sudden he's got work.
What the hell's a milk bar?
Yeah, okay, you guys don't have milk bar, but that's what I imagine Wardo's life to be like down there. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed, in what is really one of the nicest places on earth down that southern island down there. You're a lucky man, Wardo.
Do you want to know my commute time?
2 minutes.
No, 6.
6 minutes.
6.
Oh shit!
You had to get that one in.
Yep. All of 6 minutes. Nah, shit.
I can vouch for that. Having spent most of my life there, it's like 5 minutes. I can get anywhere. It's great.
That is good. And it's flat. No hills.
That's the difference right there between Australia and New Zealand. So 5 minutes is down the road for them. 45 minutes is down the road for us in Australia.
Well, today was our first official full-time masks on day here in Victoria.
Yep, I'm over
Where
already.
I live, and I'm glad to have taken it off, to be honest. Fucking annoying thing. Oops.
There we go.
No.
It is in New Zealand. It's all right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, bloody annoying wearing the mask all day, let me tell you. Glad to have
You
it
have to
off.
wear it to work all day, is it?
Yeah. No, we have to wear it as soon as you walk out your front door now.
Yep.
Or
We've
you
got
get
'em-
fined?
Yep.
What happened?
$200, I think it is.
Oh, wow.
$200 fine if you get caught outdoors without a mask on in Victoria. So,
Jeez, that's a deterrent and a half.
That's just
Yeah.
weird rules, man. Like, so,
mate, it's crazy times. But anyway, we diverge. Let's
We diverge. Let's
stay
not
on
turn it
track.
into the ABC insiders. So, Mr. Wardo, how long you been sim racing for? 6 years?
basically, as soon as I joined S1, that's it.
Oh, yeah. What were you
Okay.
doing before that?
I played Gran Turismo on like PS2 and 3 on controller, and I was so rubbish. And then, but I always enjoyed it. And then when this came along, I was like, oh, okay. So I bought a wheel because I'm an idiot, and then just haven't gone back. It's been great.
So you've had an interesting time with us at Sector 1, going from, as we were saying earlier, the inaugural champion, and you had Terry as your nemesis in the early days, which I'm sure at times was very frustrating, but also rewarding. You took a championship. What has it been like since that first season, watching more and more of these guys coming through? To your credit, you're still sitting in that top group, though, but challenging, I'm assuming.
I mean, I don't see myself as fast as guys like that, like Terry. I mean, you know, that first season he wasn't there for a few rounds, so I'm realistic about where I sit. And Brocky came in, and there's about 2 seasons where I basically just followed him around. So that was good fun. And then, but these guys that have come in now, and some of the other guys, are actually genuinely, world tour sort of fast. Some of them, bloody DV and VLX are really, really, really quick operators. So, I mean, I'm not as. I just enjoy trying to keep up, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a drive to get quicker? To try to narrow that gap, or is it something that's just impossible to do? I mean, this is from your perspective. You're a guy that's genuinely quick. The rest of us were still learning to play the game when you were already pretty fast. So we're all trying to get faster. But have you reached your limit?
Well, if Lucas is listening, no, I haven't. I've got a long way to go. But yeah, I mean, I don't have the time to really, I don't have any time. I've got 2 little kids, got a dog, got a job, full time. I just play when I can, once or twice a week, which I think some of these guys, especially because I remember what uni days were like, you could put in 6 to 8 hour days in a game. Well, I can't do that. Just 8 hour months. So it's just time. So I'm realistic, Yeah. And yeah, they have some talent too. So some of these other guys are pretty talented.
And I think the attitude that you've shown is the right one. In that you're still managing to find enjoyment where you're at, racing those around you. There's still a lot of fun to be had in that. Not everybody can be up the front, otherwise it'd be a one-man race, wouldn't it?
I mean, I wouldn't do it if I was so competitive that I would just quit if I didn't win every race. Look,
that and not for that reason, but it does remind me. I do have a shout out to our one of our CP boys who unfortunately had to pull out this past week. D Vorganga. Jace has been a S1 boy since the very, very early days, and due to personal reasons he had to pull out, and fully understandable. He's got the full support of the CP boys, and I'm sure the greater S1 community as well understand that these things happen, and sometimes we need to take care of real world things before we spend too much time on this pretend racing stuff. But yeah, just a shout out to Jace. We're thinking of him, and he has said he's going to keep packing his head around the joint, so we'll be still in touch with Jace.
And also, he's still the number 2 overtake I have ever seen.
Yes, that's right. Had
Around
some classic moments.
Yep.
As,
Around the outside of
D.
Hawthorns at Brands Hatch in the Hyundai. I'll never forget it.
Yeah. You embodied the motto down at CP, which is that we never quit. And this wasn't a matter of quitting. This was
Oh
More,
my god. I love the
about an
CP tool.
SSE. Mate, you'll join us one
Yeah.
day. Don't worry.
Come on.
One day, that brown paper bag's going to be big enough.
We spent the whole speech about how good a guy D was, but it turned into CP this, CP that.
D is CP, mate. What can I do?
I'm sad to see D go, but I understand why. So.
And we had a couple of others, I think, that may have stepped down during the week, Sean.
Yeah, I was going to cover them off, but I probably forgot a couple of them. But we'll cover it off again since you are back now. Just a little tidbit there from the good doc. A motto at CP is just buy it.
Yeah, good call.
Very good call. So we did lose Betty during the week as well.
Right.
So Betty has stepped away from racing, so it is a big loss. Betty was one of the early guys as well, one of the OGs. So he has stepped away for personal reasons as well. We did lose a couple others, but I'm just trying to remember, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten you guys. I've just been so swamped with other stuff at the moment.
Yes.
But yeah, as always, though, what we do, that's what makes tonight's race after the microsector very interesting. We have 4 full-time spots up for grabs.
Yes.
The pressure's on. It's going to be intense to translate for our Kiwi viewers.
We've got the dozen blokes in the CP recruiting team intently watching tonight's race. But yeah, we've got close eyes on tonight's race. There's a few teams looking to pick up new drivers, and CP is one of them. So.
No, Claude, hey,
intently.
yeah, fishy.
No brown bags yet. You got to prove yourself before you get brown bags. So looking forward to tonight's race.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Berry, hasn't he left? Has Berry left? I don't think Berry's left.
I don't think so.
Not that I know of.
I think that was a double R type instead of a double T.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
cool.
did Landwell leave? Was that the other name?
Landwell, that's right. That's correct. So one part of the Smash Brothers did leave.
Okay.
And also Dan the Man. That's right.
Dan the Man, yeah.
Yep,
He's still around in the community, though,
He
Dan.
is. He's still hanging around in the community, so it's great to see. As I said, it is the revolving door. I tried to slide my way back into a seat, but that got vetoed pretty quickly. Classic me. John Farnham just called me. Do you know who John Farnham is? Scooter and Wardo.
Good question.
Some egg.
Some
Can't
egg.
say the names. Can't say the name's familiar. To be honest.
Wow. Just wow.
No, I'm old enough to know, Sean.
Probably
play
the
some
singer.
You're the Voice for you later on.
You're the Voice, or a bit of Chain Reaction, or a bit of
Yeah.
Pressure
Age
down,
of
some pressure
Reason.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadie, the cleaning lady.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Did he have a typical Aussie mullet?
Yes, he did. And we,
No.
So he's
yeah.
80s. He's 80s, is he?
yeah, yeah.
80s. Yeah.
I
A
wonder.
classic AFL.
And here in Sunbury, we prefer the term mullet, not mullet.
Oh, sorry. I'm from the hills, mate.
You know that's coming back. Actually, the mullet. It's coming back in vogue. I've seen a lot more mullets running around.
Seen the old mullet. Yeah. The rich and famous are adopting it, and that's where it starts.
Yep. So I might be able to get away with growing one. Ooh.
Oh, God. Please do.
So are you rocking an ISO beard there, Claude? You got an ISO
I
beard?
am.
haven't you? You are?
I am, yeah. I've gone full beard.
Yeah. What about you, Wardo? Do you even grow a beard, Wardo?
I'm on the other side of 30, matey.
So can you grow a beard?
I can, but it does get that wee ginger look when it gets a bit longer.
Are you a ginger
So
ninja?
I tend to, but I've got to be reasonably presentable on a daily basis.
What about you, Scooter? You rock a bit of the facial determined?
No. because I'm only capable of growing the most disgusting neck beard you ever see, so I prefer to be clean shaven.
Bit patchy, isn't it? Bit of hair here and there.
It's just awful, so I get rid of it entirely.
I've got the Ranger beard. I've got black hair, but my beard's Ranger for some reason. Bit
Yeah, I
of
don't know why
crossbreeding
that
in there
happens.
somewhere. Yeah.
It's quite common.
Righty.
All right. Well, we might we'll do a bit of a slow wrap up, I reckon. As you
We're
can
doing
see,
our top 5 or what?
let's get into our top 5. So this week's top 5 was filthy God, listen to it. Water has easily been the best guest ever on the show. Blacklight represent. Wow, you've
Black
changed.
light for life, brother. Yeah.
How quickly is he turncoated?
I
Wow.
He's he's a bit of a slut, old Benny.
No!
He's a great man. Don't even talk about him.
He knows what I think of him. Slut. Anyway, yeah. So the top 5 we had. You were saying?
Yeah, so the top 5 is the top 5 sporting moments. Now, these are our individual favourite sporting moments. Bloody tough. I don't know about you three, but I found this really tough.
Yeah.
And emotional, but we'll save that for when I do mine, because I've got a little presentation as well, because I like to step it up. So what we might do is we might underarm the new ball to auto. So,
Oh, you just
knew-
did it.
couldn't
Wow.
help myself.
I wasn't really sure on the definition of sporting moment, but we'll
Could you
start
come
with-
up with 5?
Oh, okay. Look, I promise you, no Australian wins anything in this one.
Oh, Davey Warner didn't make it. Wow, what a shame.
Well, I could get. Anyway, I won't go there. Probably the greatest sporting achievement in New Zealand's history would be Sir Ed climbing the mountain, Mount Everest.
Yes,
That's a bit
Okay.
of
very
that's
well
a left
done.
field moment, but here's one.
Who was that? Sorry, who was that climbing the mountain?
Sir Edmund Hillary.
Oh, yes. Gotcha.
Who's that? What's going
No,
on here?
sorry, I missed the name. I missed the name.
I shouldn't have used the nickname because I assumed you knew about it.
Yeah, no. I'll do Sir Edmund. Yes.
Oh, here's a good one. New Zealand won the Rugby League World Cup in Aussie, I think in 2008 or 9. Or something,
Remember
something
that?
around
Yes.
there. That was quite enjoyable. I loved that. And I was pretty young here, but New Zealand won a Test series in Australia in 1985.
Sir Richard Hadley dominating, having the better
Yeah.
old Dino back in the day.
Yeah, that's probably our greatest cricketing achievement, I reckon. One of them, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All Whites, they beat Bahrain to qualify for the World Cup in 2009.
That was a huge moment.
It's football. That was one of the biggest footballing things in New Zealand's history. And my last one is a Kiwi winning your supercars back-to-back.
In a car that's way OP, but anyway, we won't get into that.
Oh, look, I don't care. Driving in whatever, you know.
At
He's
the
a
risk of spoiling Scooter's top 5, just notice, Sean, that these Kiwi boys list victories over Australia,
Yeah.
where our ones are probably more over the world.
Yeah.
You know, there's a scale to all this sort of thing. But that's good that they measure themselves to their neighbours. That's good.
That's
That's
right.
just because
Scooter?
you've not been up to anything.
No, that's right. Scooter's top 5.
Well, in no particular order, and to be honest, one of these was going to be Gotti Mats back to back, but you know, got to be mentioned. Just really make that
Allowed to
clear.
re-mention,
That's a
yep.
really great sporting moment that really needs to be remembered.
Yeah.
Some other ones I could think of recently that I was quite fond of. Obviously, a bit more modern, but I think Grant Elliott's 6 in the 2015 World Cup semi-final to get
Oh, yes.
to beat South Africa to get to the final. It's right up there. It's pretty good.
Second greatest one-day game ever.
That was amazing. Oh, I suppose the greatest one was Australia versus South Africa. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, the drop.
I
Drop
think,
the World Cup.
another moment I was quite fond of would have to be last year's World Cup with Martin Guptill's run out of MS Dhoni in the semi-final. Just
Oh yes,
the New Zealand smacked over India because I just couldn't believe it actually happened. That night was big. It was unbelievable.
was.
That was definitely memory.
Yeah.
There's one a bit, nothing to do with New Zealand, but another recent sort of moment I'd be quite fond of because I follow the NBA quite a bit. Would probably be last year's Eastern Conference semis with Kyle Leonard's Game 7 buzzer beater to defeat the Sixers and get the Raptors seed to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because that's pretty big.
Bit of a basketball fan?
Yes,
Yep.
I am actually. So the league's coming back soon. That's pretty good.
I was going to say, the
Something to watch
preseason
again.
started today, didn't it? I believe, in the NBA.
It did actually. I was watching some of the scrimmages. It's pretty good. I mean, bit of dusty play, but it's all good to be back regardless.
Who's your pick to take it out?
And I mean, you can't get past the Lakers to be honest. Even though, I mean, that's the obvious choice, but it's obvious for a reason.
King James.
But I'm not really sure. I don't really have any predictions to any teams. I just want to see good games. So I'm sure there will be some. And probably to round it off and relate it back to like supercars and stuff, probably Chaz Mostert's Bathurst victory, taking the lead on the final lap. That was real.
That was just on Fox about an hour ago.
One of our absolute personal favourites here in the box. I do love quoting Fuel Save Maximum 100 all the time.
Right, that concludes. Thanks, Screw. That concludes MICROSECTOR. We're going to leave it there. Thanks.
Gold. Mate, I got a sneak peek at Sean's top 5, so I had to try to steer away as much as I could from Sean's top 5. But these are, as we said, personal influences. I'm a little bit older than you fellas, and I thought I'd go back in time a bit. The Australia 2 victory in 1983, the America's Cup. Where Australia 2 took the America's Cup. It was a significant moment in Australian sport. It was one of those times in my lifetime anyway that I remember finally realising that little old Australia could compete with the rest of the world in sport and come out on top. And of course, with a bit of a twist, the winged keel that was sitting underneath Australia 2 was a little Aussie cheat that we shoved in there and got away with, and it was a awesome moment. And it, names involved: Ben Lexton, the designer; Alan Bond, the late Alan Bond, of course, a personality here in Australia, was involved as the owner.
And of course, Bob Hawke's famous line.
Bob Hawke, any boss or whatever it was that didn't give his employer a day off as a bum.
Yep.
But it brought in Down Under, Men at Work, made that song really popular, and the Bocking Kangaroo flag became cemented after that victory by Australia too. So a significant moment. Another one I can remember as a kid was Duncan Armstrong. I don't know if you ever remember Duncan Armstrong.
88 and so.
Yep, 200, 400 metre swimmer, and he did the Aussie cheat too. His winged keel was just sitting next to the lane rope and surf Matt beyond his wave and save a bit of energy that way, and finished over the top of the Yank and the German and ended up taking the gold in the 200 freestyle, which was a big one. For me personally, I grew up playing tennis, and Pat Cash was my tennis and sporting hero. He's not the most likeable bloke at times, but neither was the bloke that he beat in the 87 Wimbledon final, Ivan Lendl. Ivan Lendl, most people will remember, was a bit of a trendsetter. He took fitness to a new level in tennis, and the one thing Cashy had over him was that he hated his guts. and he took great pleasure in being the bloke who stopped him from ever winning Wimbledon, and that was his biggest opportunity. Beating Cash was his real opportunity to win a Wimbledon title, and Cashy took him in straight sets.
They do say the hardest thing in sport is to make Ivan Lendl smile.
Oh, he was a terrible fella, apparently. Not a very likeable guy. And that win in Wimbledon 87 was actually predecessed by a Davis Cup victory in 86, where Cashy 2 sets to love down versus Michael Pernfors at Kooyong, turned that around with the crowd behind his back. Just a memorable Davis Cup encounter, and that's where sort of Cashy hit the big time, and then obviously took 87 final at Wimbledon as well. Last two are a bit generic. Kathy Freeman, Sydney. How somebody was able to perform under that pressure the way Kathy did was amazing. Most down-to-earth person. I had a chance to speak to her once at a nightclub, and she's just a down-to-earth person. and a great representative of her people, Aboriginal people, and it was an amazing time, that 2000 Olympics.
Oh.
And to do what she did, the way she did it was amazing. And the soccer, the boys, when they beat the Uruguayans finally to sort of break the drought. I know you've got the Uruguayans there, mate, and the whole soccer one, so I'll let you run through that one.
Great top five, though. Fantastic top five. And you didn't want to throw in 99 Carlton beating Essendon in the preliminary final? I thought
No,
that would have got a mention.
95 grand final I thought about, but that's just AFL.
Yeah. All right, so my top five. Now, I said this was incredibly tough. I put a list in admin chat of the ones that missed out, and it was about 8 of them. So this was incredibly tough. Number 6, I do want to give a quick shout out to number 6. He's the man that is known as Eddie the Eel. From the 2000 Olympics, one of the most pure sport moments I've ever witnessed live. I was up in Sydney at the time, best 2 weeks of my life, and yeah, it's just a really great moment. And to me, that's what the Olympics was all about. But here is Ghost top 5 sporting moments. There you go. I've made a little thing as well because that's what I do. So number 5, it is number 4 there, but it is number 5 was Anna Meares in the 2012 Olympics. Now, backstory to this one is Anna Meares had quite a serious accident before this. There was talk that she would never ride again. She got over it, she sucked it up, and she did the great Aussie thing and got out on the track. And she made it to the final against her arch rival, Victoria Pendleton from the UK, and she walloped her. Absolutely walloped her. And as Aussies, we love nothing more than beating the Brits. And it's just a great story of determination, and she willed never to give up. And she was also a flag bearer as well. For the 2016 games as well. She's just a really great Aussie and a fantastic Olympian and an Olympic gold medalist. Number 4, it is the greatest one-day game of all time. It's the 1999 Cricket World Cup semi-final, Australia versus South Africa. The day Lance Klusener absolutely bottled it. And also Herschel Gibbs dropped the catch that World Cup. Now, Steve Waugh to this day denies he said that. Now, I reckon that's crap. I reckon Steve Waugh was telling a few porcupines there. Shane Warne bowled one of the greatest one-day spells I've ever seen. Absolutely ripped through the South African middle order. And it did come down to the last ball. And if you do yourself a favour... absolute mayhem. But do yourself a favour. Go look at it on YouTube because it is one of the craziest last overs I think I've ever seen in cricket.
Is that the one with Alan Donald?
Donald lost his mind.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that one. Right.
Yeah, he just took off and oh god.
And of course we went on to make the final and we went on to beat Pakistan quite convincingly. Number 3, it's probably the most emotional motor race I've ever seen. Was Craig Lowndes' 2006 Bathurst victory. Of course, about 2 or 3 weeks before we lost the great Peter Brock, and Lowndes, of course, was a disciple of Peter's. And as you could see visibly, he was so emotional even before the race, especially when he drove around in Brocky's Tirana. And there was talk that he wouldn't even make the grid. There was talk that Whincup was going to start. But Craig started, and he was very well supported by Jamie Whincup. And this is the race I feel that this is where Jamie Whincup became Jamie Whincup. But definitely... I think the biggest thing, though, is just the emotion after he crossed the line. He just visibly, you could tell, absolutely took it out of him, and just a great motor race and a great day in Australian sport, definitely. Number 2, what a moment this is. The 2000 men's 4x100 relay. This, to me, is the epitome of Australia at their best. Before the race, quick setup, before the race, the American Gary Hall Jr. came out and said, "We're going to smash the Australians like guitars." Wow.
Which in a sense is a bit of a what comment?
Yep.
Like what? Strange, but he was a strange character.
He was a very strange character. Michael Klim led them out and proceeded to go smash the world record in the first leg. Ashley Callis and, I've forgotten one. I should know this.
Fiddler?
Chris Fidler.
Chris Fidler,
yeah. Anchored the beautiful second and third legs fantastically. And then come the last leg. The young Wheeze kid, the superstar that was Ian Thorpe, jumped in the pool with Gary Hall. Now, Gary got a good start. He was a fast starter as they made the turn. Then Thorpe got those big size 18 feet going and absolutely stormed home.
Smash the turn, smash that last lap, smash Gary Hall.
As everyone knows, I'm a big commentator fan. To me, this is the best bit of sports commentary ever. Dennis Cometti called this absolutely to perfection. I can still remember it in my ears. Thorpe Hall, Thorpe Hall, Thorpe Hall.
He had that waver in the voice, you know.
Yeah.
The emotion even got to him at the time.
It did. Yeah. Do yourselves a favour if you haven't seen this. Seriously, I don't know what's wrong with it. Go look it up on YouTube. It is one of the greatest bits of sport ever in Australian history. And number one, it has to be. It is the greatest moment in Australian sports history, bar none. It is the 2005 Australia versus Uruguay World Cup qualifier. 32 long years of pain, heartache. Iran in 94, I was at that game. I refused to talk about it. Then we went to Uruguay in 2002. We got off to a great start in the first leg, got smashed over there. Then we played Uruguay again, fate be known. And they made it very difficult for us when we went over there as well. The players were spat at. There was all sorts of
But they were
abuse.
prepared for it.
They were
They
prepared.
knew what was coming. Yep.
I always accredit this win to the late, great Johnny Warren. He always said that we will do it. And he passed, unfortunately, just before this happened. But who could forget Bresciano in the 29th minute, just after Harry Kuehl come on. Harry Kuehl played a beautiful through ball to Bresciano, who slotted in the corner.
Just
Then
there.
And, of course, classic Socceroos, can't do it the easy way. Oh, no. They made us wait the whole extra time. And then to penalties, and then stepped up one, John Aloisi, who slotted it in, and he proceeded to run around like a complete lunatic, threw his shirt off. But I think the greatest moment in that wasn't John Aloisi's goal, it was Mark Schwarzer. Those two saves were just epic. And, it is the greatest moment ever in Australian sport, hands down.
It is. Good top five. Excellent top five. Wake up, Kiwi boys. It's over. The pain is over. But yeah, top five. That bring back memories, particularly that the swimming one. Unfortunately, Michael Cleveland didn't take out the individual 100 at the Olympics after having smashed that world record. And
A certain bloke named Alexander Popov was around.
Popov, Mr. Slow-Mo, but fast mo. Took it out. But yeah, lots of memories.
Definitely
To
great
be
memory.
honest, I actually thought it was New Zealand versus Australia sporting moment. I didn't realise it was
Yeah,
all time until quite recently.
we tricked you for that reason, so I could fit in that
Oh,
line.
number one Australian New Zealand sporting moment. That's easy.
No doubt.
Trevor Chappell, hands down. Trevor Chappell.
Well, you don't want to celebrate that.
You know why? Because you can hear the salt in the Kiwis' voice. They're still not over it after all these years.
I mean, it wasn't even
Hey,
possible
it
for us
was
to win
reversed.
this game.
Yeah, you'd never get us in that down if it was the other way around.
It hurts them. It does hurt them. Look, I think the great thing about Australian New Zealand sport is we remember the victories, sort of like when the Wallabies beat the All Blacks once every 10 years. We remember those. We're like, oh, finally, we're beating them. Where, the New Zealand cricket side, when they beat Australia on the off occasion, they remember that. It's...
Well, you remember the series 85, so he's got a point there.
So I think
I mean,
Let's not talk about the series that just been
the series just gone. That was a great series. What are you talking about?
Oh, it was some of the most painful things I've ever had in my life.
Doesn't help when we have the best bowler in the world.
What we'll concede is your horses. You've got great fucking race horses. Oops, there we go again.
Yep.
In great fish and water, you got great fishing. You'll always have me over there.
yeah.
Can't wait
Great
to get
fishing.
back.
They do produce some very good race cars drivers as well. But we better move on because apparently the boys want to race. So we have sort of
Oh,
dragged on a little
yes.
bit. But I knew that was going to happen tonight, but it's all good. So,
Get glasses on.
Yep, so we'll have a 5-minute break and then we will fire into the Auto One Community Series. But first of all, a big thank you does go to Wardo and Scooter for joining us tonight. Was a lot of fun chatting to our Kiwi brothers. So thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mac. Thanks, Elliot.
No worries. Been a
Thanks,
privilege.
boys.
And thank you to Claude.
Thanks, mate. Sorry for the technical difficulties early.
No, that's okay. These things
We'll
happen.
be better prepared next fortnight.
But other than that, guys, this has been the Microsector. As I said, we'll have a quick 5-minute break and then we will hook into the Auto One Community Series. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy. Stick around and we'll see you in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auto One Community Series, brought to you by the fabulous guys at Auto One for all your car parts needs. I am Sean Ghostmother, and joining me in the box is the one and only Troy Big Guns Brown. Hello, Troy.
Hello, Sean.
You well, mate? You excited?
I am. I've been watching the MICROSECTOR and some racing on the screen, so I've been doing it a bit easy tonight.
Great to hear it. So our playground tonight, we are around Tsukuba, which is in Japan. Fantastic little racetrack, but we'll just bring it up now. There is our racetrack for this evening. Oh no, that is not it. Yep, I'm in fine form this evening. Pressing buttons I really shouldn't be. Great work. There we go. Look at our racetrack for this evening. Hopefully this works. There we go. There's Tsukuba. Beautiful little racetrack. Very interesting track as well, this one. It's got a really sort of real flow to it, but very hard to pass on it. But let's find out how to go fast. Round 2 of the Auto One Community Series from Tsukuba. This is the purple sector, and what a fantastic little racetrack this one is. Just a tick over 2 kilometers in Japan, famously known for drifting and time attacks. We're heading into the tight turn 1, back down to second gear. A lot of hairpins in this circuit. So this is a right-hander, really quite a long corner, and then down through the short chute. 3 and 4 are flat. Now into 5, tightest corner of the track, right back to second gear. Some guys actually use first gear. Really tight corner. Then we flick it up towards the awesome turn 7. Great corner under the Dunlop Bridge. Use the whole track and that little bit of ripple strip. Flick it through 8. Down to 9 and then into 10. Another very tight corner. Quite campy this one, so you can actually take a little bit more speed. Now down the back straight. This is the only time on the track that you get a slight rest. As we head now into the fearsome turn 12. Fastest corner on the track. Fantastic corner this one. Quite long as well, but you can use a lot of that exit curb. Don't run it too wide though, because you may receive a penalty. That is a short, fast lap of the fantastic Tsukuba circuit. This is going to provide an absolute barnstorming race. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go purple. There we go, that was the purple sector. Fantastic little racetrack. So this evening we'll have a 10-minute qualifying session followed by a 30-minute race in the little awesome little Renault Megans. And I believe Old Mate Big Gun is also, just quickly though, big prize for tonight. We have 4 spots available up for grabs in this race. So as always, it won't be just the top 4. We'll look at the whole package, but there is a lot to play out tonight. Excited, Troy? I reckon this is going to be a ripper.
Yeah, there's not much room for overtaking. Cars are actually pretty good to drive around here. They're pretty well suited for it, and everyone's going pretty quick.
Awesome. So I won't be far away, and we'll get qualifying underway.
I think they've been anticipating quality for a while. Everyone's getting a little bit antsy.
Well, those Kiwis wouldn't stop talking.
Yeah, we've got Dan in here as well. He's up the front of the field with us that time, so it'll be interesting to see how he measures up with the rest of the field.
Great to see Dan behind the wheel.
He is underway. Yeah, the Renault's got a little bit of a kick to it, coming some of them corners pretty hard, and kick the back end of the car out. She's quite a little bit of a handful when you're really pushing it.
Yeah, it's an interesting little car, definitely. I like it, I enjoy it. When I'm doing the MICROSECTOR, I definitely love driving it. Alright, let's have a look at our runners for this evening. So, in the TMR Blacklight entry, it is a Brainache. Wow, some of these names are absolutely beautiful. Then we've got Street Juice in the Obsession car. We've got SLM Calfeed, probably the favourite for tonight in the Cool Drive entry for Team Nitro. Hardy Thump is back, ladies and gentlemen, for Revolution Race Gear Racing, aka Powerhouse. SLM Jonesy in the FPC entry. And we got HTM Sean, who's driving the Ragged Edge car. We've got Bishop Whacker. Oh, that's a great name. In the Aussie car. We've got the Crazy One in the Red Mist Racing car. We've got Gats for Cornerstone. We've got Shinobi. Shinobi. For Lucky's Lawn Care. We've got Skitsin Bro for Counterpunch. And we've got SLM Psycho Smiley for Switchblade. Oh, some of these names are fantastic. So it is a very short, sharp, fast lap around here. We're jumping on board now with SLM Calfee. Down into 10. Now on the back straight. No, it's 11, sorry. On the back straight. And this fantastic turn 12. Really leans on the outside front tyre. We'll get our first indicative time. This should be pretty quick. It is a 54.986. Goes straight to the top. Brainache, look at the gaps. Only 0.040. Oh, SLM Calfee now pops it at 54.986. Jonesy in the second spot. Oh, wow. So 54s are looking like the Hollywood numbers.
And they're pretty fast up there, lads.
Gaps are very close though, which is great to see. So it will be interesting. Do you reckon someone will come in for new tyres? Or you reckon I'll just run around for 10 minutes?
I'd take new tyres.
Yep.
One set of tyres to go like that, but too early. A few laps in 10 minutes. About 10.
Yeah, well, there, it's a good point actually you bring up there. See if Calfee can go quicker here. No, slower. Interesting. Look at that gap though, 0.009. So there's absolutely nothing between our top three at the moment. So no one's really improved there. Dan the Man pops into 5th position. Nice job in the Dynamite entry. Well done, Dan. Great to see him back behind the wheel.
Yeah, during this, they're very much all equal with each other. So they're super interesting race.
Well, you look at that. We've got 0.6 covering the top 10. Or 0.7 covering the top 10. That's incredible.
And then you think 0.6 over a track that only takes less than a minute to get around. It's probably a big gap.
So a lot of these guys, I reckon, are just burning fuel at the moment. You know what? If I'm one of these guys, I'm probably coming in. I want to get myself out of traffic, really.
Yeah, I think Davey's put himself in the best spot trying to go everything out first.
Jumping aboard Artie Thump at the moment. Currently in 4th. He's up on his best time. And that absolutely fantastic Revolution race gear Renault. Made by the one and only me. 167 up, so he's on a good one here. Want to stick on board with this. Oh, a little taily on the exit there of 11. A couple of guys are already coming in. Oh, one fainted to come in, so the gamesmanship already. Interesting. And the SLM boys working together. Artie goes slightly quicker, just a slight improvement there. So recapping our results. So SLM Calfee currently on provisional pole. Jonesy in 2nd. 3rd is Brainache. 4th is Dan the Man. Artie Thump in 5th. 6th is Skitsin Bro. 7th is Bishop Whacker. 8th is Streetle Juice. I'm Skirtle. We'll go with that one. Is in 9th position in the CJ Esports entry. HTM Sean, the greatest name in the world, but spelt wrong, in 10th position. Shinobi in 11th, Guards in 12th, 13th is the Crazy One, and SLM Psycho Smiley, aka the Joker, in 14th position. Alright, so Calfee's been in, he's got a new set of boots. Jones is in as well. Brainache and Dan the Man come in now, so Dan just using a little bit of his experience there. Artie's still going around, so this is interesting. Artie's on a completely different wavelength here. G'day, Bad Doc. Hope you're well. Alright, here we go. So SM Kelpie now, about to get underway. Jumping on board the Team Nitro entry. Also Cool Drive and Bacchus Brewery on the sponsors. Big shout out to all our sponsors as well. We thank you for your support. Ooh, a little skatey there through the hairpin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get hard on the brakes on this thing around this track, and it starts to try and bring the back of the car around the front.
He's purple. He's purple. Interesting to see what it does here. How much he improves. Gaps are very tight, so any small improvement could move you up a couple of spots. Very wide on the last turn. No, loses time. What about Jonesy? Does Jonesy go quicker? No. What about Migraine? It's pretty good, that one. Proud of that one. The TMR Blacklight entry. Of course, the good doctor will be watching on. Wardo will be watching. He's probably in bed by now, though. I'm Skirtle in fourth. Yes, I know that could be his own buffer, but we go with my names here, thank you. Dan the man in fifth. Artie's got the thump now. Dropped down to sixth now. He's on his outlap, though, so I expect a quick one now from Artie. Skitzenbro in seventh. Counterpunch entry.
HTM Sean has bumped himself up a couple of spots from 10th up to 8th.
Nice.
Dan.
Oh, Dan the man. He's just starting to warm up. Alright, let's check in with that provisional. He's down as well, so these guys are not improving on their initial times. So it's interesting. Maybe they're trying a little bit too hard here.
Yeah, there's a couple of corners that you can really drop time the pit to the back straight. You can really lose some time there if you don't hit the corner entry real well. But you can get on the gas really early in these things. It's going to make sure the car's going in the right direction.
I'll tell you what, though, half a second covering our top 10. That's incredible. Absolutely nothing in it with a minute 30 remaining. Ooh, Kelpie's come in. That's interesting. That's really... He's going for a Hollywood lap. A couple of these guys are really going to try and do it on the last flyer. Checking in with Dan the man, currently in fourth. Migraine in third. Bishop matchup pops in.
Sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
I jumped in a room last night, one of the lobbies that they had up for practice, and the best I could get out of it was a 54.6, I think. And I think Diego was roughly about the same as well, so don't know if we'll see much faster than... He might get a lap in to get into the low 54s.
Checking in with Gartz here, currently 14th. 14th, and he's only 0.8 off the lead. That's incredible. He's got the Nigel Mansell helmet on, so clearly a Nige fan. World's most boring F1 driver. It's the crazy one, currently in 13th. Oh, Dan now pops in the second. Just flexes a bit of muscle there with a 54.988. 0.002 off the lead. These gaps are ridiculous. Blink and you miss it. This is setting up to be an absolute rip snorter. Kelpie's down again. He just cannot beat that initial time.
But a little bit of a toe here.
But it might be enough.
All the liveries look pretty good on this little car.
They do, actually.
Oh,
He's got now. Is this... This toe should help him. Should get a nice toe through turn 12. Just tucks it up the inside. Gets on the power nice and early. Is this going to improve him? No, it doesn't. So Dan's done as well. So that could be qualifying. It looks like SLM Kelpie's going to be on pole. Migraine's done. I'm Skirtle's done. Jonesy. Artie thump. Pops on the top. Artie goes thump. Bang. 54910 in the Revolution Race Gear Racer. That's what happens when you drive a car painted by a ghost. It goes fast. Great lap. That is a clutch lap. We love a clutch lap here at Sector 1. And that is qualifying done, and Artie will start from pole.
We might have to maybe put that Revolution race gear through scrutineering just to double check it.
No, it's perfectly fine. Running perfectly. All right, here we go. 30 minutes around this place. Now, trust me, I've done... I can't remember. The good doctor might be able to help me out in chat there. I remember doing a Season 2 race around here, and we did 50-odd laps, and it was mentally draining. Here they go now, lining up. Red light on. 14, Auto 1 Community Megans about to be unleashed around Tsukuba, and we are racing, and everyone looks like they've got off the line very well. Artie Thump's got an absolutely fantastic start now as they head down to turn 1. Is he going to sweep across Kelfie? There he does. Beautiful job there by Artie. That's the start he needed. Now they're going to head down towards the turn 5. Now this is where it's going to be interesting. Does everyone get through here cleanly? This is the part. Oh, there's a couple have gone a little wide there. Oh, one's got the air wash car there in the background's gone way wide. Jonesy's had a massive issue. So they come under the Dunlop Bridge now. But everyone looks like they got through cleanly. So a very clean opening lap. Oh, no, it's gone. Someone got Shinobi's gone. Shinobi's gone. No, there's a street or two. So it's one of them. Oh, Jonesy's gone as well. So we've had major drama. Wow. No, it's Psycho Smiley, sorry. In the seat. No, it's one. It's Jonesy. It's Jonesy. It's one of them. Well, I've got scared on. Getting bloody confused. But back up the front now. Artie Thump, 0.5 to the good. Kelfie's just sitting in behind. These two are just starting to put the foot down and get a little gap. But look who's lurking in third position. That's right. Dan the bloody man. He'll just sit there. He won't be rushed.
Well, hopefully he makes the whole race, but he's glitching out pretty bad. Might be why he's got a couple of times. People might be getting confused where he's actually going.
Shinobi currently in 5th position with Lucky's lawn care entry. He's jumping on board now. He's got Streetle Juice right behind him in the Obsession car.
Not many places to pass on this track either.
Yeah, it's quite difficult.
Reading in one of the comments, it's either going to be a dive bomb or hopefully not. Hopefully clean class, but it's going to be pretty hard. Everything's so tight.
Mixed strategy is going to be important, as we saw. Interesting there. So Artie takes more of the wider entry into turn 1, where Kelfie takes that more traditional tight line. But these two are putting on a real show at the moment. Jumping on board, Team Nitro, SL and Kelfie. Artie Thump up there in first.
I didn't actually take note of the fuel consumption last night when I was doing a bit of a practice session. It does take a fair few laps for it to actually use a full tank.
Yeah, I think fuel won't be... I think tyres will be the big issue here.
Tyres, yeah.
This track is pretty savage on the old rubber. But you're constantly turning, that's the problem. As you can see again, those two very different lines between Artie and Kelfie there. So
It's starting to break away from Dan a little bit.
Yeah, let's keep him away a little bit. Dan's keeping him in check though. Back down the fair, because look at this stuff back here. Oh, this is British touring car stuff. A great little battle between Gartz and HDM Sean. Gartz is on the full defend here. Good old Shawnee flies it up the inside. Now they're going to go side by side down the back straight. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? Oh, that's very tight. They're still side by side. Oh, this is fantastic racing. And Skirtle's going to get involved in this as well. They're going to fan out. Oh, I thought they were going to go 3 wide there. Oh, again guards back up the inside. Oh, gives Sean a little bump. Oh, just says, get out of the way, son, I'm coming through. Ah, the CP tactic. We are the biggest team in the pit lane. We wait for no one. Oh, this is turning into a great little four-way battle now. Just jumping on board.
They got through the corners pretty cleanly for a turn past one.
This is a fantastic battle. I think guards might be a little bit of a cork in the ocean here. He's just getting a bit of a train behind him at the moment.
Four spots up for the grabs, that's what, isn't it?
Exactly. Back up the front because it is on. Kelfie is really starting to put the screws on now. He's about to find out what Mr. Thump's got. Oh, he had a bit of a look there, but no. Thinks better of it.
Well, Jonesy's hit the wall. Could have been a vision back of the ball, isn't it?
So we can catch that on our Auto 1 replay. Oh, wow! Oh dear, that's some major dramas going on there. Back up the front though. So it seems interesting here. It seems Artie's better in the later part of the lap but SLM seems to be better in the initial part of the lap. So they've definitely got some strength and weaknesses, both drivers.
We're just starting to see Dan down. Probably think he was about the 1.3, 1.4 before. He's getting to nearly the second now. Starting to bring back on him.
You're just feeling Dan's up to something here. I've just got this gut feeling he's up to something. Jumping on board with the migraine.
Well, Hardy's up and Keefe, they're quite identical on fuel and tyres. I think Hardy felt like he would have a smidge more fuel and then the most out of the three of the top three.
What I'm loving about this track though, I don't know if you've noticed, is there's so many different lines people are taking. Look at this battle.
White corner entry, white there. Raynade's not letting go at either. It's oh, street news. Almost hit the back of. That's maybe.
It was a fantastic battle. Look at this. Count that, that's 5 cars covered by sweet bugger all. I just saw in the background there, that's the crazy one as well, and it looks like the Joker as well. They're starting to get involved in this as well. This is about to become an 8-car battle. This is crazy stuff. This is fantastic. Back up the front because look at this, it's really on for the lead here. Kelfie's trying absolutely everything. Jumping on board the Team Nitro entry. He's got a great one out of the last turn now. Is he going to fire it up the inside at 1? Oh, Artie's very late on the brakes. Oh, wow. There is nothing in this. Absolutely nothing. They've really started the gap down now, so these two have absolutely put the foot down. Oh, Kelfie, look at him. He's doing the old Craig Lowndes now. Just give him a little bit of a how you going.
Well, he's cranked down, Bill fighting up the front, cranked down right onto the back of Keefe. Wouldn't say right onto the back, but he's definitely a lot closer. A little bit of a lock up from Keefe.
Yeah. They just seem to be quick enough to just keep Dan and the migraine away. Like,
I think there might have been a bit of a touch there from Raynade because he just had to rest it down.
oh, Kelvie's gone very wide out the last turn. He's not going to try around the outside. Surely not. Wow, he's trying every move in the book here, but Artie is not flinching.
We're only 9 minutes in.
fantastic racing so far at the moment. These four have definitely skipped away, no doubt about it. Shinobi and Streetle Juice having a fantastic battle as well. So we've still got 20 minutes remaining. So there's battles all through the field. This is HTM Sean now. Looks like he's broke skits and bro.
Streetle Juice looks like he's going to take the inside. Can't hold it. Oh, he's got it.
Does, yeah, I saw that in the background. Nice move there from Streetle. Beautiful move. But look up the front, because now it's a four-way battle for the lead, because Kelvy's got in front of Artie Thump. Here he goes. He's trying to break this now. He's made his move, and he is trying to break this field, but Artie's like, I don't think so.
Look at their lap times, super consistent. 55.6, 55.8, 55.7, 55.8, 55.7.
Wow.
And that's the top four, pretty much.
I think what's interesting here, I think the undercut's pretty big here. So, if someone might pull the trigger early.
I think your best bet's just to get in that free air if you can.
Yep. This is great racing by everyone. Our top four should be really stoked at the moment. This is a fantastic show. They have absolutely blown the field apart. Look at Streetle Juice though. He's on the foot. He's on the charge now.
Just seen a little bit of a glitch on Keefe.
Check back into this battle between HTM Sean and Skits and Bro. These two have been to touch the hip the whole race. Jumping on board the Ragged Edge Renault. Got the counterpunch Renault behind.
Garth might have had a bit of an off in that lap, or the lap before that. He's run a 107, so
Oof.
maybe a little bit of an off-track moment.
Yeah, wow, he's had a massive off. He was up there, that's the 6th, 7th, 8th battle. So he's had a huge off. Bishop Wacker, currently in 13th in the Aussie Hampton entry. Jonesy in 12th. Joker there in 11th in the Switchblade entry. The Crazy One in 10th for Red Miss Racing. 9th is Skirtle for CJ Esports. Oh, look at his Skits and Bro. He's having a big look at HTM Sean at the moment. Can't get past though. Back up the front though. Kelfy's out to 0.6, so he's just starting to sort of see if he can break this field open. So a very impressive race by Brainache so far, aka the migraine.
Yeah, it's good to see a little bit of a tangle if you actually go with Dan and he has a redress as well, so that's good to see. It's good to see on track.
Good bloke to follow around, Dan. He'll be learning a lot here. He's only 1.8 off the lead, so the race is still up for grabs for these front four. Oh, big move! Huge move from the migraine! Oh, that's a stunning move! What a move! Auto 1 replay coming up! What a move! Just fires it straight up the inside. Dan was like, well, where did he come from? Fantastic move.
I tell you what, Brainache's car is in better shape than the top of all the top four. He's got the best tyres. He's probably used the most fuel, but his tyres are well above the other three. Could have a little bit of a late push here before his third pit stop, maybe. If they're going to leave one.
All right, we'll see. Okay, it looks like Kelfy's coming in. No, oh, the games that shit Dan's in. Wow, where the gamesmanship by these boys. They are playing for keeps.
So you see a bit of an undercut though, because if Dan can pop out in front.
Oh, there's a few big fuel save numbers there. Dan with the big fuel save as well. That's that experience. So now we've got a three-way battle up front. We've got SLM, Kelfie, Hardy thumping the migraine. 1, 2, 3. Now, where does Dan pop out? Dan pops out in fourth, still no traffic around him. Now Dan has to put in one of those Dan laps that we know he can do.
You can just see the card starting to slide a bit more now.
Let's see what happens with these guys up front. Do they all come in?
Yes.
Kelfie's in. Artie's in. Brainache's in. Okay, back with Dan because this is the big one.
With a bit of fuel save.
Is Dan going to make some time? Is he going to lose some time? Beautiful through the last corner. Just catches a little bit of curb. This is going to be incredibly close. Incredibly close. Has Dan the man done it? Oh, looks like Migraine's got out in front. He has. Oh, that's a brilliant bit of driving. The Brainache, aka the Migraine, has got out in front with a brilliant bit of strategy there. Artie Thump was leading this race. He's now in fourth position. How quickly he can turn.
Can't wait for the tyres to heat up a little bit. Dan might be able to get him a bit under brakes here. Makes the better of it.
Wow, this race has been...
good.
I'll tell you what.
Sorry, third and fourth. They've come out in front.
So the Joker here, last of the late stoppers. Back up the front because Dan... Oh no, glitched out there a little bit. I thought Dan was in front. No, so it's the Migraine in front, followed by Dan in second, Kelfie in third, Artie Thump in fourth. So all the stops are done now, so they're going to have to do it on track. Go ahead, sir.
It looks like Keefe and Artie Thump have put a little bit of fuel in, so maybe they're going to be giving everything they got. Dan and Brain have just got tyres. So they might have the fuel save at one point. But Dan's going for the move. Easily up.
Look at this racing. Look at this stuff. This is fantastic racing. So Dan, what a move that was. Aussie, no, one of those replays. We'll go with the Auto 1 replay. Coming up. Great move into the last corner. Sorry, I sidetracked there for a little bit. I had the boss come and send me something, so I must listen to her. Of course, she is a legend. But great move there by Dan the man. He's now in the first position. He's just flexing that experience muscle now. Not that muscle, the other muscle. On board with Dan the man now. SLM Kelfie in second, Artie Thump in third. The Migraine now in fourth position. So the Migraine has gone from first to fourth. It's brutal.
Yeah, back to where he was before his pit stop.
Absolutely savage. You make one. Oh, Artie! Artie! Oh, you don't want to drive out there, son. Pulls it back in, though. Doesn't lose too much time, so should be able to continue. Nice battle here for fifth position as well. We've got Shinobi, Streetle, Deuce, and Skidson, bro. This is Lucky's Lawn Care, Obsession, and Counterpunch. Been really impressed with Streetle Juice's race.
Yeah, he's got the fastest lap so far too. 55.1.
It's a pretty quick lap. Working on the back of Shinobi here. Oh, he's thinking, oh wow. He nearly lost the rear then.
The front four are just not letting each other go.
No, definitely not. It's going to come down to who can hold their nerve and who makes the least mistakes. There's no doubt about this.
Well, we'll Dan doesn't bubble under pressure, so he can handle that pretty well. Tiffy is trying to just show different lines into the corner so he gets in his rear view mirror. But I don't think Dan will, make a mistake out of any of that pressure.
Look at Artie here. Out of the three of them, though, Artie is definitely looking the most racy. He's doing the old duck and weave. He's trying to find a little opening, a little chink in the Kelpie armour. He might have found it here because he's got a great run through the last turn now. He's just got to get into that slipstream. Kelpie's going to have to defend this as best he can. Interesting, Artie goes to the outside. That's a very interesting play. He's trying the over and under. Can't get past there. Wowee.
I think it might be a better line, but the wide entry.
Yeah, I think it could. Oh, that's as close as you want to get. 9 minutes remaining, so the temperatures aren't rising yet. We'll see what happens when there's 2 minutes remaining.
Oh, we've got a little bit of a race happening between Shinobi and Strudel Juice. Sorry, and Shinobi.
Oh! Shinobi just gives Skitzenbro a good old how you going. Nearly pushed him halfway down the road. I press the replay button, but there's a nice replay for you all to look at.
Bishop Blacker and Arts are having a nice lonely race by themselves down the back.
Yep. But they keep out of trouble, and that's the main thing. Jonesy in 12th, Crazy One in 11th.
Dan's starting to get a little bit of a gap.
Oh, here he goes. So he's just rolled up the sleeves, turned the hat backwards. Dan's just starting to get ready into Street Fighter mode.
This is what Dan was like in the quarters as well. He was just consistent, nice and smooth.
When he's on though, geez, he's fast. Tell you what though.
We've got a wide entry.
The migraine Artie thumping Kelpie though, they're not going to let him go. Tell you what, Kelpie is fantastic into that turn 5 hairpin. That's a really nice line. Great exit out of 6 as well.
A little bit of a race brawl between Shinobi and
I'm Skirtle.
Skirtle, that'll do.
Nice battle here, Lucky's Lawn Care and CJ Esports going to town. That Lucky's Lawn Care Renault looks absolutely fantastic as well. Great job there by, I believe that was Knuckles that did that one. Or was it Lucky? We can never, I always get those two mixed up.
Knuckles, I think.
Oh, Skirtle, right out sideways. Nice little bit of car control. He did that for a reason. He wanted to hear me say it. Get himself on camera, a little bit of me time. There you go, son. Back up the front. So it's interesting here. So the migraine looks like he's just slightly dropping off now. Really needs a cracking lap now to get himself back into the pack. Is he fuel compromised? I'll tell you what, Artie must be sick at the sight of that cool drive Renault. Again, very interesting lines.
I think just look at off fuel gauge. He's sitting just above. Oh, he's sitting right on a border of 8, so for 6 minutes, that he could probably make.
What's There you
Well, I
guys.
say, I won't put the probably in there. I'll stand here and make it.
These guys practice religiously. As soon as the track's announced, and they are into it.
Yeah.
Right, so Dan currently leading the way still. Now these boys have to realise Dan is a former champ. So he's seen every trick in the book. Oh, look at Kelvy again, that line. Oh, but this time it might pay off. Oh no, little taily on the exit. Oh, look at Arnie. He wants to get past.
I think Dan's just starting to struggle maybe a little bit with time.
Yep. He's definitely backed them back up a little bit, and that's brought
Car doesn't seem to want to be pulling up.
Yep, and the migraine's called back up again. He's had his Panadol. Now he's back into it.
Keefe.
Oh, Kelvy goes for the move on Dan. Oh, was there a touch? Was there a touch? Auto 1 replay coming up. Let's have a look here. Was there a touch?
There's a split bud.
Oh, you know what? That's play on for mine. A little bit of argy-barge, but she's all good. Kelvy now.
Going up the side of Dan as well.
Wow, Dan. First to fourth in the space of half a lap. This is what happens.
Is that a little bit of commentator's curse? We're just talking about how
It
good
is.
up the front.
Yep. You welcome, Dad. We're here all week. It is an art. Check back in with Streetle Juice, currently in 5th position. He's got Skits and Bro right behind him, so these two have been cracking on all race as well. Skirtle there in 7th, HTM Sean in 8th, 9th is the Joker, 10th is the Crazy One. He's got Jonesy right behind him. Bishop Wacker's caught. Where's Bishop Wacker come from? He's called back up to these guys. He was no. Oh, what's happened here? No, we might have had a moment here. I think we've had a moment here because Shinobi's back down in 13, so he's had a big issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some witness marks.
I think he was up with Skipton and Streetle Juice. Skipton's going for the pass on Streetle Juice.
Oh, nice work there, boy. Nice. Check that on that Auto 1 replay. Nice move in the turn 1. Is it the classic turn 1 move? It is. Just squeezes him a little bit. Oh, look at that. Streetle trying to hang it around the outside. Back up the front. Oh, it's quite the Tour de France. When they're climbing up to where's is Dan cracked? It looks like Dan might have cracked. He's bonked. Oh dear, oh dear. But look at this battle up the front. This is fantastic racing. The migraine is really forcing the issue now. Brakes nice and early for turn 1. Tries to carry maximum corner speed through the apex. Not sure that's the best strategy. Oh, backs it in there. You can hear the tyres did not want to turn in at all.
Yeah, the tyres on Keithy's car looking pretty second hand. Oh, the fuel lights on.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Fuel lights on for Dan too.
Here we go, Kelvy. Looks like he's braking him here. He's braking him. He's half a second up. Look at Artie though. I've seen Artie race before. One thing we do know, this guy won't give up.
I think the fuel light can be on about 4 laps around here.
Oh, Dan's gone! Dan's gone! Huge moment there for Dan the man. Checking out Auto 1 replay. Looks like he did clip the grass there at the exit of 1. Is it? Yeah, there it is. Bang! Fired it straight into the fence. There goes a front wishbone. Still keeps 4th position though, but back up the front. Kelvy, he's doing well to hold on to this. Has he done enough? Has he broke the wheel of Artie? Is it going to be the last lap, or is it going to have one? Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight. Some of these guys are hoping this is the last lap.
I think Brain's still in the pod.
He's definitely lost a little bit of ground to the front too. Look at Artie. Look at Artie. He really wants to have a crack at this win. What a race by these two up front. This has been absolutely benchmark. This is how you go Renault Megane racing. Look at this. Artie now, he's right in the toe. He's absolutely going to give this everything. Is he going to go for a last gas? Last corner. Look at me move. He tries around the outside. There's nowhere to go there. Tries to get right under the rear wing now of SML Kelfie. This could be it. Is that it? No, they got one more lap. Here they go. Kelfie, Artie Tupper, Brainache are about to go at it for one last time. Who's got the nerve? Who's got the will? Who's got the sheer determination to win? Who wants it more? Remember, there are 4 spots in Sector 1 up for grabs here. Kelfie gets a little skatey out of the hairpin. Through 6 now. Back on board with Artie Thumper, the Revolution race scheme. Renault tries around the outside move. We've seen him do that all the race. Kelfie's just got to hold on. Gets out of here nice and cleanly. Look at Artie's trying to carry maximum grip now. He's right in the toe. Is this it? Is this the move that can win the race? Matt goes super defensive straight on the inside. Oh, has he got around the outside for the win? Artie Thump? Surely he hasn't. No way. Kelfie's on the inside. That's crazy racing. Artie's gone. Oh, Kelfie takes the win. Artie in second. Third is Brainache. Wow, what a finish. Dan the Man in 4th. Skits and Bro in 5th and Streetle Juice in 6th. What a last lap that was.
Tell you what, Brainache was coming home on fumes.
Wow, but SLM Kelfie takes the win. What a fantastic last lap that was. That was sensational. Recapping our race results. SLM Kelfie in 1st. 2nd was Artie Thump. 3rd was Brainache. 4th was Dan the Man. 5th was Skits and Bro. 6th was Streetle Juice. 7th was I'm Skirtle. 8th was the Joker. 9th was HTM Sean. 10th was the Crazy One. Jonesy in 11th. Bishop Wacker in 12th. 13th was Gartz. And 14th was Shinobi. Boy, oh boy. That is the Auto 1 Community Series Round 2 Run and Done. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was a really good race.
That was... I've got no
I
words.
knew from the practice times that it would be pretty good. But, I mean, to do 30 odd laps around there, or was it 20? Oh, yeah, 30 odd laps. It's got to be intense.
Oh, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. And to come down to pretty much the last turn, that's just, crazy
All the
stuff.
top 4 didn't really lead one another the whole race.
Yeah, well, yeah, Dan only really had that issue with a couple of laps to go. So, just incredible racing by everyone. Very big well done to everyone as well. That was one of the cleanest community races I've ever called, and one of the best. That was right up there. That was fantastic racing.
At the tightest track you can get that.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think we have a title one. I'm just trying to remember. Do we have a title? I don't know. I'll get back to you. But fantastic racing by everyone. That was really good. Now, of course, the team owners will go to work. They will look into all that and have a chat and decide who they're going to approach for a drive.
Yeah, I think the team owners are definitely looking tonight. So.
Yeah, very much so. So it's going to be interesting to see sort of who gets picked up,
they were
who
watching.
doesn't. Well, yeah, if they weren't, well, I don't really want to talk to them. So coming up, so the next round for the community series is actually at one of my absolute favourite tracks, Maggie West. I am a former winner there, just saying. Great track, Maggie West. Actually, you know what? I reckon this one provided great racing. Maggie West is going to be unbelievable because he can pass there.
Yeah, haven't driven on Maggie West for a while.
So definitely looking forward to that. But coming up on Sunday is round 3 Group B. Going to be very exciting. It will be myself, the bloke next to me, and we'll probably get NASCAR in the box if he's not busy. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Yep, we'll go with that.
we'll go with that. NASCAR's pretty good in the box.
Yep, he does enjoy it. Big motorsport fan. So look forward to that. That, of course, will be from 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So it will be the Aussie Hampton S1 GT and also the Revolution Race Gear BMW M3s. Should be a fantastic race, that one. Absolutely looking forward to that. Going to be interesting. Sort of, there's definitely some permutations with a couple of guys, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that. The microsector, we're not with the missed week. We're not sure whether we're going to go straight into next week or we're going to just go with the fortnight from now. Of course, stay tuned to all our social medias for all that as well. Big thank you goes to our 2 special guests on the microsector, the 2 Kiwis, Wardo and Scooter. Huge thank you goes to Claude. Massive thank you goes to our community guys. Great race. Thank you for that. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you to Troy. Thanks, mate.
Too easy.
You can have a rum now.
Oh, I've already had one.
Of course, yeah.
Maybe 2.
Love it. But of course, massive thank you goes to our amazing viewers. You guys are the bomb. You know you are. I love you all. But other than that, stay safe. Look after yourselves. Especially those guys in Victoria. Please stay safe. Wear your mask and stay bloody home. And watch us on Sector 1. Join us live on Sunday from 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Time. But as always, you've been watching Sector 1.